Hi everyone. So it feels like, again, it's been forever since I've been online. I had a very interesting week. My youngest son, you guys all know him as the drummer of the family. He was diagnosed with influenza A. So that's been kind of running rampant around the city. I, knock on wood, haven't gotten it yet. I don't think I will. I think that I've already been through all the flu seasons, plus I took extra precautions while he was sick. He is feeling better. He's back with his dad today, but I had to take a couple days off and snuggle my little boy. He was really, really miserable. So I'm glad that he's feeling better. Thank you for all of the well wishes. I have been MIA on all social media platforms because I kind of had to unplug a little bit. I checked in a couple of times, but I wasn't as active as I usually would be. And Mercury retrograde has really been a good chance for me to kind of reassess where everything is headed in my life and other people's lives. I've had a lot of, and this week is going to be a lot about, we're going to talk about the planets this week. It's going to be a lot about helping you identify these wounds that you're still carrying around and needing to heal. There was a lot of displacement for me. I felt a lot of the wounds of never really fitting in, not really knowing where I belonged. A lot of times I feel like where I live currently that I've never really fit in here. I've never really belonged in this space. I never really felt like it was like a safe space for me to be in. And so I've kind of been contending with that this week. It's been very interesting. And I think a lot of that is getting me ready to move forward in maybe moving locations or allowing myself to explore other environments to live in. I haven't decided anything yet, but it was certainly kind of eye-opening because it was weird. It was like there was one point where I just kind of felt invisible. Like I didn't really belong and people weren't really, they were like looking right through me. And a lot of that is because they're the hologram, and I'm just kind of living in their world, in their holographic world. And so they can I can walk right through them and they can walk right through me. And it's like, I don't even exist. That's kind of a topic for another day. But if you haven't watched the Leo King's, the last couple of weekly readings that he's done on planetary, he explains it very well. It's like, this Mercury retrograde is like being on LSD, basically, like being on acid and having to still live in the real world, but kind of having this mindset of, oh my gosh, nothing's really real. Like nothing is, it's all like colors and lights and fluid motion and like, that's it, So it's been very, very interesting. We have a super full moon coming up this week in Libra, and that'll be the first day of Aries season on March 20th. While I'm bringing up Aries season, Aries, your birthday specials are now available on the website. If you want the link to the website of the exact reading that it is below in the description box. It's the 1 hour reading. You get $50 off of the 1 hour reading using the code birthday. So make sure you take advantage of that. So your birthday special, Aries, is going, it's already started. So I put up a notification on the community tab. So if you can't find the link below, go to my community tab and you'll be able to find the link there. And so the Libra full moon it's a supermoon. It's the third supermoon that we've had this year. And so it's bigger and it's brighter and it's giving off more energy than say a regular moon would. It is St. Patrick's Day. I don't have green on, but my nails are green, so I can't get pinched, by the way. The full moon in Libra is all about balancing out your relationships when it comes to business, when it comes to romance, when it comes to just like generally in your life. Where are you balanced out in your relationships? And if you have heavy Libra placements, like I have a Libra rising, this is one of the things like leading up to this full moon that I've really been contending with. Like, who's in my circle? Who really has my back? Whose back do I have? Where do I need to balance myself out in relation to other people? And also with the sun in Aries, just opposite the moon, it's like, where are you and where are your relationships and where's the balance between the two of them, right? Because Aries is the I am. Welcome to the beginning of the new zodiac year this week as well. So it's fresh. We also have the spring equinox on March 20th. So spring has sprung. That is where day and night are equal all around the world. So it's a very interesting week. I have notes down here. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. You know me and my Virgo notes. I got to have them. There's just so much to say usually. So that's Wednesday. Wednesday is the full moon and the sun is just opposite. It's a super full moon. So we really need to check ourselves and check in with our relationships and see where we are with them. Venus is squaring Mars the day after the full moon. When Venus squares Mars, sometimes there can be some tiffs in relationships. And this is really going to show you how aligned you are with yourself. And when it comes to the people that really, truly love you and who are in your circle and the people that aren't in your circle and who are really only there for themselves or, you know, just kind of looking out for themselves. So watch yourself. On Thursday, if there are contentious relationships in your life, Thursday might be the day where things start to kind of blow up or things can get blown out of proportion. Remember that Mercury is still in retrograde. So our communication, like I'm still a little bit fuzzy. I still feel like I'm swimming through the ocean backwards with the sea coming at like the waves are coming at me. I'm going against the grain and it's muddy, like that's exactly how I've been feeling through all of this and not really being able to get my footing. But I'm trying to not logically figure things out right now. I have really been in a huge emotional state, which I told everybody in their March readings that this is not a time to try to figure things out in a logical way because you're not going to be able to. You'll drive yourself crazy. So instead of like trying to, I need to do this, 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 and this to try and figure this out or try and fix this situation, just feel through it. What is it that's triggering it within you? Allow yourself to understand, where are you getting angry? Where are you getting emotional? How are you angry at yourself? How are you angry at other people? And work your way through the emotions instead of, cry it out, write it out, sing it out, do something creative. That's what Pisces season is all about. And we're just on the very ends of Pisces season. Now, Mercury is retrograde until March 28th. But it will still be in Pisces. Mercury will be in Pisces, even though we'll be in Aries season. So don't get confused with that. On the 24th, so Friday, the Sun and Chiron will be meeting on Friday. So, and that's a yearly thing that the Sun and Chiron meet. So Chiron is now in Aries. It's no longer in Pisces. And it's at the very beginning of Aries because, it'll be there for 7-8 years. But those tiffs that you kind of have on Thursday, you might be able to find out what that wounding is that really got you on Friday. I am going to keep my mouth shut this week and try not to piss people off. Try not to, if I'm supposed to trigger somebody, then I'm supposed to trigger somebody. But when it comes to my very close relationships, if it seems irrational, because people are doing some very irrational things right now, popping off at little bitty things, it's like not even, it's like not, like you don't even stop and think about it. It just kind of happens. You just pop off and you get really, really angry with people for no reason. On Instagram, there's a meme that I put up earlier in the week where it was like, I'm mad, but I'm not sure why I'm mad, but I'm being rude and I don't want to be rude, but I can't help but being rude because I'm mad or something like that. But that's exactly how it is. It's like, you're mad and you're being rude, but you don't even know why you're mad or why you're being rude, but you can't help it because you're mad. But you don't even know why you're mad. So it's not a time to try and logically figure out why you're mad or what's going on or what's this. Really check in with yourself on a daily basis. Stop yourself and allow yourself to kind of come back, like see where it is that you're being a little much. And pull yourself back, pull yourself in a little bit. Mercury retrograde will conjunct Neptune on Sunday. So a week from today, Mercury retrograde will conjunct Neptune. And that communication will be a little off too, The thing that I really like when Mercury and Neptune conjunct when it's not in retrograde is the creativity that comes out of it. So if we can harness that energy in a way where it's not negative, because everybody's like, oh my gosh, Mercury retrograde is so negative. It doesn't really have to be. Yes, things are a little extra. Yes, things are a little, especially in Pisces season, things are a little much. I mean, I have found myself being triggered and having to check myself and blowing up, you know, when I blow up, it's like not really that big of a deal. It's just like I'm irritated and people can tell, and it's like I can change the mood of a room like that. But then I come back and I check in with myself and I'm like, okay, it really isn't that serious. Let's all just kind of calm down a little bit. But like having a sick baby, it was just a little bit extra stressful during Mercury retrograde. So I had to really allow myself to just kind of take a step back. And if I needed to be dramatic and have that drama, it's fine. I mean, that's the thing, is like being in alignment doesn't mean that you're happy all the time. Being in alignment means that you are aware of how you're acting and you're aware of how it's affecting other people, and you're checking in with yourself and you're saying, is this important? Does this matter? And if you need to feel through the emotions and feel through those feelings, that's where you need to come from. That's where the place that you need to come from is right there. It's not that everything's going to be like, and I say this all the time, if you want to know, you know, it's not always going to be like rainbows and butterflies. If you want to know more about how you come into alignment and how you allow yourself to process your emotions in a healthy way, because that is really what being in alignment is. That's how you manifest things in life. That's how you attract positive relationships into your life, positive careers, positive friendships, your soul family. You know, it's like the more you come into alignment with yourself and you allow yourself to have emotions and you allow yourself to go through all of these wounds, and you can check in with yourself on a daily basis. If you want to know more about how to do that, I do have another spiritual empowerment class on April 17th, Sunday, April 17th, where we will be, I think it's the week before Easter, where we will be checking in and how to manifest your greatest life in the now with the situation that you're in now. Because manifesting your greatest desires and living your best life does not mean I'm going to be happy when. I'm going to be happy when I lose weight. I'm going to be happy when I have the house. I'm going to be happy when I have the car. I'm going to be happy when I have the money or the career or the relationship or this or that, or I'm going to be happy when. It's being happy now. It's manifesting your desires and your dreams and being happy in the now, and not looking towards the future to be happy. You know, not looking towards the future and saying, I'm only going to be happy if I have it this way. So that class is on April 17th. I also do one-on-one coaching, coming into alignment one-on-one coaching. And my final announcement that I wanted to make before I start doing the cards is that my best friend Amanda is a twin flame as well as I am. And she's actually in union with her divine masculine, and she and I have started a new channel called Twin Flame Chronicles. Our very first video, it won't be live, we're going to do it, we're going to record it first, but our very first video is going to be put up tonight. And it'll be after 9 p.m. I think it's going to be after 9 p.m. Central Time that we actually post the video, 9 or 10 p.m. So that link below, it's called Twin Flame Chronicles. We're going to be a little bit lighthearted. She and I were discussing about the twin flame experience and how heavy it is and how tough it is to be in it, and how sometimes we just need to lighten the load, right? So she and I are very amusing with each other. I have no idea what the talk is going to be about. I have no idea how things are going to go. It's just going to be really fun. And so check us out on the channel. I will post the link below. Subscribe if you would like to get the notification for when the video posts. And we're going to try and do like weekly videos, sometimes more. And we will be offering twin flame readings through that channel. She does twin flame readings as well as I do. So that's going to be really cool. I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys check that out. So I'll make sure that the link to that channel is in the description box below. Okay. So moving on, thanks for listening to my ramblings and all of the energy updates. Let's see what the overall energy is going to be for, and this is collective. This isn't just one sign, okay? This is for a collective reading, and I know a lot of people get really annoyed with that, but we're all in this together. So let's remember that. We're not differentiating signs when it comes to a collective reading. We're all in this together. So the overall energy is coming together. In this together, guys, the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups doesn't have to be romantic, and how fitting is it that it's green for St. Patrick's Day? Thank you very much. The Two of Cups doesn't have to be in a romantic way. The Two of Cups can be about your soul group and your soul family. And we talked about how the super full moon on Wednesday is going to kind of have you ask yourself, where am I with my relationships? Am I balanced? Am I out of balance? You know, where am I in proportion to all of that? And then with Mars and Venus on Thursday, where there will probably be some triggers that you're going to feel when it comes to your relationships. And then we have Chiron and the Sun, where the wounding is going to be clearly shown to you on Friday. So this really is a week of coming together in a very Two of Cups balanced way. Now, remember with the Two of Cups that you each have in the traditional tarot, they each are holding a cup, and each of those cups are full first and foremost before they come together, and they can be a union, whether it's in a relationship, a romantic relationship, or a friendship. You know, you both need to be bringing your own cups to the table, okay? So I am going to use, I haven't used these cards in a while. I did use them for a live reading that I did. They're the Modern Spellcasters Tarot by Ellen Dugan. If anybody wants to know what they are, I haven't used them in so long, and I love them, and I was being called to use them today, and I think I might use them for the March Soulmate readings that I will be getting out this week. I know everybody's asking. So Aries energy is very strong, strongly coming out. New beginnings, a whole bunch of new stuff is happening, and new relationships are being formed. We have the Fool is the first card out. The Fool is all about taking risks and having faith in taking those risks and allowing yourself to do so without always second guessing yourself, you know, and when you're in alignment, it's a lot easier to do that. And this is also going to be about, the balance of give and take, the balance of what needs to go versus what needs to stay. So we have the Two of Swords and we have the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords does not have to be that hard. The Ten of Swords for me is going to the worst possible case scenario, because a lot of times we have to let things end. We have to let things go. When we have new beginnings coming up and when we're trying to come together as, you know, two separates into a whole, right? You have to let some old things go. And a lot of that is ideas. It doesn't even have to be a physical, tangible thing that you're letting go. The Ten of Swords is always about releasing the expectations that you hold on to. Going to the worst possible case scenario is always the biggest fear, right? Because you're like, the way that I see the Ten of Swords is somebody tells you that they're going to text you when they get somewhere and they don't text you. So you automatically go to they're dead in a ditch on the side of the road. Pause, right? They're not. They just forgot to text you. So you go to the worst possible case scenario when it comes to that. The Two of Swords is the decision making. What do I do? What do I do? The thing is what you're doing, instead of having faith and trusting in these new beginnings that are coming up for you, you're constantly like, oh my gosh, but what if? What if it's terrible? What if nothing works out? What if nothing is allowed, right? Sometimes you have to release that. The Three of Wands is, look how free that card is. A lot of times it's waiting. It's about waiting. I feel like in this deck, it's more of, you know, it's so similar to the Fool. They're both on the edge of a cliff. And then that bird is just free to go anywhere. Anywhere. Some of you might actually be thinking of moving at this time or not wanting to be in the same place, but it's scary to do that. It's scary to risk jumping forward and starting a new life, or allowing yourself to begin again somewhere, start over again somewhere. And Yeah, the Eight of Swords. Like the Eight of Swords is self-imposed. The Eight of Swords is a choice. The Eight of Swords does not have to be real. If you look, he's blindfolded, but he can easily get out of those swords. And if he doesn't move, that fire is going to burn his ass. So we have to look at the possibility that your ego, your mind is really what's trying to control this here instead of letting your emotions, because it seems that you have people around you that really want to be of assistance, that really want to help you with your journey, jump starting your journey and getting out there on your journey. And then we have the Sun. So there is hope and there is healing and there is, you know, I mean, it's amazing how we have the Fool and the Sun are like the first and last card here, right? And then look how bright the Sun is in the Fool card. It's a promise of a brand new day and that things aren't as bad as they seem. Mercury retrograde has been very, very cloudy. But the sun is coming out. Spring is coming. New beginnings are happening. Aries season is a jumping off point to starting new things. So if there are things that you've really been wanting to do, but oh, I love it when the cards do this for me. Like, thank you so much. 7 of Cups on the Fool. Look at all of those options you have. If there are things that you've been wanting to do and you've been holding yourself back for fear of it not working out, or being scared that something's going to happen or it's not going to work the way that you think, you know, in a benefit to you, the sun is here to tell you that it's okay, that it's really all in your mind. All of those, you know, what is fear? It kind of paralyzes a person. And fear is the biggest blockage. Why be afraid of something that's never happened? Why be afraid of something that hasn't even happened yet? Because you don't even know if it's going to happen that way. So with the 7 of Cups, allow all of these options to come in. You got to take a risk on one of them and maybe on 2 or 3 of them. Why keep yourself small, right? The Fool is saying, why keep yourself small? 2 of Swords. And the thing is, here we go. See how we have the 2 of Cups here again on the 2 of Swords. It's all about decisions. And the 2 of Swords all the time for me is what you're not seeing. The 2 of Swords is you're trying so hard to think of all the ways things could go bad, but you have the love around you. And again, it could be a romantic relationship, or it could just be a friendship, a very close soul family friendship, or many soul family friendships. You actually have this love and support around you right now, and you're not seeing it. You're not allowing yourself to see it. So we get to the 10 of Swords, where in our minds, because remember, swords are thoughts, swords are communication. In our minds, we truly think that we cannot get to that status, right? The King of Pentacles is a status. The King of Pentacles is that status. So, if you're concerned about the money aspect of it or the money concern of it, this could also be having to leave certain people behind. Like if there is somebody in your life who you've very much depended on physically or energetically, and you just know that it's not vibing anymore with you, you've really been depending on that, that's time to let it go. And you know that it's time to let it go. Sometimes this is energetically, that we're still holding on to certain people from our past. And Mercury retrograde does that. It brings certain people back from our past. Now, if you're really trying to figure out like the whole relationship aspect, this is where you check in with yourself. Because I do feel like there are opportunities and options around you. People, places, situations, all of that are around you. So allowing yourself to be a part of a soul family can be very scary, because those are the people that you're most vulnerable with. So sometimes you have, you could have somebody with very heavy earth qualities, or just somebody who's very stable in your life, and you want to be vulnerable to them, but there's a fear there to do it. So there are a couple of different things that could be coming up this week about that. And the Sun in Chiron conjuncting this week is really going to help you with those wounds and bringing up like what is it about me that I suppress so much that I need to be a little bit more vulnerable about. So we have the Six of Pentacles on the the Six of Pentacles on the Three of Wands. Where are you placing your energy? This is asking you, where are you placing your energy? Because it feels like there needs to be a little bit of freedom here. There needs to be, you need to allow yourself, the Six of Pentacles asks you, are you giving your energy to people, places, and things that are giving back to you, or are you giving it to people, places, and things that are not giving back to you correctly? So make sure that where you are placing your energies right now will benefit you in the long run and not in a place that's going to just kind of hold you back. If you, instead of getting all twisted up inside your mind and like making yourself crazy, like the Eight of Swords, go within in a heart-centered way, in a healing way. Hold on a second. The Hermit is asking you to get honest with yourself, not in an ego way, but asking yourself, like, why are you battling it so much? Why are you pushing? What's the pushback? It's not benefiting you in any way, shape, or form to keep on beating yourself up for no reason. So in not allowing yourself to do that anymore, you can have a brighter day. You can have a happier day. You can allow yourself to see the sun coming out, right? Yes, see? And this is where the healing moment is. The sun is coming out and allowing you to self-care. And there could be new offers on the horizon. The Ace of Cups on the sun. Things are so much better than they seem right now. And I keep on trying to tell people that this too shall pass. This is only energy. And if you get yourself wrapped up in what the energy is, that's a programming. Mercury retrograde does not have to be difficult. The programming that you have inside of you is that Mercury retrograde is just terrible, right? This is actually a very wonderful time for you to heal and find out what all your fears are. It's a very self-healing time with the Ace of Cups. And there could be, you having to release one type of energy in your life and allow the vulnerability of another energy into your life with the King of Cups. The Five of Swords, the Emperor, Temperance, Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles. So I really feel like this very self-healing week is where you're going to realize where you're lying to yourself. This Aries season is very much, let's remember that Uranus and Mars are both in Taurus. So Mars really wants to get going, get going. And for a Taurus, it's like they're only going to get going when they're ready to get going, right? It's a very stubborn energy. Being stubborn is not a bad thing, by the way. My youngest is extremely stubborn, and I like that he's stubborn because he knows what he wants. He doesn't really know how to project that quite yet, but we are working on it. But he's very fixed energy. He's very stubborn. The Emperor is telling you, like, where is the control happening? Where are you allowing yourself to be controlled by other situations, and where are you controlling it in your own life? Having healthy boundaries and knowing that you've already been through the fight, right? Temperance and the Nine of Wands. You've already been through the battle. Like, it's okay to breathe. It's okay to breathe. And if you feel like you can't quite breathe yet, I feel like towards the end of the week, it's going to get a lot easier. And there are people out there who want to give you love and affection. And they're very stubborn and firm on wanting to give this love and affection to you. So it's almost like it's time for you to allow that. Get vulnerable. Make the active decision to move forward. This Knight of Cups and Queen of Pentacles, there are people that want to take care of you. And if you're being so stubborn and you're like holding firm, like, no, I cannot be taken care of. You have to remember they're doing it out of love. They're not doing it out of pity. They're not doing it out of charity. They're not doing it because they think that you can't do it. They're doing it because they see that you need a little push forward. You need that boost, right? And being vulnerable and allowing people to come into your life, that's being in alignment. Admitting to yourself, I need help, that's being in alignment. It doesn't mean you're out of alignment if you're feeling a little wonky and you need help from somebody. That's not what being out of alignment means. Being out of alignment is being unaware. When you are so self-aware of what is happening to you and you're checking in with yourself daily, minute, hour, check in with yourself by the hour if you have to, or every minute, and be like, where am I right now? Where am I? Am I in alignment with everything that's going on right now? Allow yourself to get vulnerable with other people, because opening up and being vulnerable is huge, huge. Okay? I love you guys. Thanks for being so patient with me as I get readings out. You know that it's all going to come in divine timing. I am going to do the soulmate readings for March. I know it's like towards the end of March already, but I didn't do them for February. And I really kind of wish that I would have. So, and February was like the love month. So I am going to do them for March. And thanks for your patience with that. And I will be starting Aries season readings for April this coming up week. So I love you guys. Take really good care of yourselves. We'll see you soon. Bye.